Welcome back to the Purdue Day of Giving. We continue our program now with a look into the College of Technology's Purdue Polytechnic Institute. Launched in 2013, the Polytechnic Institute is a reimagined learning experience that seeks to educate technologists in a truly innovative learning by doing environment.
This actually is a very, very bold and risky attempt to change higher education at its very foundation.
Really pushing the boundaries of learning.
It's a more natural way of thinking, a more natural way of teaching.
It's more applicable to the real world.
The Polytechnic Institute is a very broad-based approach to totally transform the College of Technology to better prepare graduates for the world of work and life in general. The 20th century was built on the idea of the industrial age, and we are now in the digital age. And it's a very, very different skill set, and the expectations for graduates by business and industry are very, very different. The real challenge here is to take a traditional, very good university like Purdue University and fundamentally change what you do in the classroom.
The typical way a class is taught here at the university is you sit down, you have a lecture, you listen to your teacher, you take notes.
The learner is in a passive mode.
I always found that lectures were boring. And I even get bored. If I start to lecture, I start to fall asleep in my own class, and I'm in front of them.
So a Poly's class is actually a class that takes into account what the learner needs for the 21st century. It actually flips the classroom, but in addition to that, flips the professor.
We want to take a step back as faculty and basically encourage the students to take more of an active role.
Where the professor is no longer the person that's controlling the learning, it's actually controlled more by the student themselves.
So students can learn a little bit more about the material online on their own devices and in their own time.
The faculty is supposed to be more like a coach, encouraging the students to really achieve whatever they want to achieve in this area.
I love empowering students. I think it's the best skill that we can teach them.
They make decisions on final projects, they make decisions on how they want to get tested, they make decisions on who they work with.
And the way that we're making it poly-esque is by giving students group projects where they come up with the ideas and they follow through with these ideas for about 12 weeks.
And industry works this way. There are no boundaries, there's a project, we learn everything we need to learn to get the project done. So in this case, the project is a course. The project has objectives, we got to figure out how to meet these objectives.
We have the class divided in groups, and the groups challenge other groups with the questions they have. And I play the role of the facilitator or the moderator by highlighting which are really the key questions that I thought really these are interesting and worth noting.
Graduates, although are very good technically, some of the other skill sets that are important, like communication and working with others and teams and creativity and being innovative, are what's lacking.
If you know what you're talking about, if you know your stuff, but you can't communicate, you're not going to be successful.
So one of the distinctive features of the Polytech is that we are working directly with faculty in the humanities. They are integrated into our courses.
A lot of people might be saying, why do we have to write this much, or why do we have to present this? And the professors explain to them, in the real world, you're going to have to be able to talk to these other people out there and be able to sound professional.
And the students actually get to the point where they start asking why other classes aren't taught the way these classes are.
Literature shows that active learning should yield in higher retainage of that information.
When you become involved in your class, that is when you learn.
I like it because, again, it gets me proactive. I don't become just another drone that's just trying to write down more notes.
The fundamental beliefs of the Poly in trying to give students a better learning experience, providing them with projects is a great thing.
The Polytech transition is an exciting time for our college, and I think it's an exciting time for the university.
This is a very bold initiative because it goes to the core of everything that we do in university settings, and questioning some of those things and seeing if we can somehow break down some of those barriers that we have to truly transform the undergraduate learning experience.